Oh,
Mm.
Jeff's here.
Uh,
Hey,
Hey, thank you for coming up.
hey, I just woke up and I've been like sober now for going on 2 months. So I've been trying to like stay away from a lot of the drama stuff. I know people want to continue to bring stuff up. I can almost guarantee you, whatever it is, it's probably BS. People trying to stir up drama. But go ahead, I'll hear you out.
Okay,
I'm
because
not.
this is okay, because it was concerning to me because it's a mutual friend that we have, and it was I was like,
Are,
no.
are you sure
I'm
this
referring
friend
to
is
Locke.
still? Yeah, we're not getting along right now. And I was just about to ask you. Let me guess. This happened on Locksmiths. I was about to ask that too. I don't really get involved with hardly anything. Um, well, I did some stupid stuff when I was drinking. I'm sure you know about that.
Okay, so that story is true, but it was during a time when you were drinking, so that
When
okay,
well,
and
if he's talking about the thing that what happened was is yes, I was still drinking at that time. Yes, I went up there. We were just shooting the breeze, having just having a panel. Well, the guy in the screenshot, it wasn't about locksmith. I don't know why people keep getting this wrong, but I don't know. Maybe I said something stupid. I was drunk, but I still haven't got an answer or a link or anything. But anyways, he came on and started to shit this other guy. And I said, "Why are you sending alleged CP to another guy in Locke's, or why
oh
did
my
you
god.
in Locke's server?" And so apparently Locke took it as I was, yeah, it just all got mixed up.
Okay, so this man dropped that in his server, and then you were asking him like, "What are you doing?" And then Locke took it as you accusing him. Okay, I think I see this a little bit clearer
This
now.
happened a long time ago. This is what came up. If you ever heard people say the red button, that's where that came as because Brian Ibicap was the one who actually blew the lid off of this whole thing like a year or 2 years. This happened a long time ago. People bring up stuff to think that goes back 4 years. They'll bring up a word that I might have said 4 years ago. I know that I was lurking one night and I know you were in there and you were up on panel and they were asking about you and me. It's like, oh my gosh. And I get it. You're going to tell your side of the story. That's cool. I get that. I
Yeah.
was like, I was like, I wasn't that controlling. I was just like, be careful of horn
Well,
bombers and
to me
stuff,
you were, but to somebody else it could have been interpreted differently. Yeah, but I mean, it
mm.
was I think
Hey, Marie. Sorry.
Hey,
I'm
it,
essentially.
sorry.
That thing. I don't know. It's a
Oh,
thing at the moment.
I still got. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to change the subject. So the reason why you see what you see under my avatar,
Magic.
because this guy right here got proven to have CSAM. Uh,
Oh,
and
he,
he was
he needs to be he needs to be offloaded from life, I think.
Yeah, and the federal government wouldn't take the case because he said it didn't meet the minimum amount of files of it. However, he was the guy that we were all been like got us all fighting in what you call our quote unquote, I call it the VOM unity. That's what I was trying to explain to Tiffany earlier. You're going to hear all kinds of nobody really gets on with anybody really. There's like it's just a shit show. That's all it is. It's and this guy right
wait a minute,
here.
Jeff, are you saying that they didn't prosecute this guy because he had too little, so he still possessed this, and they were like,
That
"Oh, okay,
Right.
you don't." That is
that's
horrific.
outrageous. Shouldn't
Yeah.
one piece be like one piece too many? I
What?
mean,
Yeah,
What? Yeah.
exactly.
That's our hashtag going around. Is one is too much. And so he caused a lot of division, and he caused a lot of chaos. Which there used to be like in our community. I don't even like to say I'm my own self. I changed my avatar like a year ago. I changed my background. I changed everything, trying to go a different direction. But I just this is just getting ridiculous because everybody is attacking everybody, and then us like original people that used to start panels. Like I was one of the first five. I know that much. I think I was like number three to have a panel, and back in 2021, whatever it was, And then it just started to go from there. And it's to the point where I just happen to have the most subscribers, I think, in one of the panel community. I have like almost 27, I have over 2,700, or around 2,700. So Locksmith was one of the first ones too. He was before I was. And so Locksmith and I have been friends on and off for years, you know. And then one night when I was still drinking, I went up and I remember we were just having a good time, and Mark came up there and he goes, meow, meow, whatever. He goes by different names, and just started in. And then I brought up that situation, and apparently I talked to Sabby. I went on her panel after that, and she showed me a part where I called Locke a liar, which I was like, I don't know what I said he was lying about. I don't remember even saying that. Well, I own up to it. I said it. I chose to drink. I chose to get drunk. I chose to act stupid. But I wasn't talking about Locksmith. And I did send him a private, like a phone, like a text audio message thing, phone to phone.
There's Saucy Sue in the chat. Her titties are perfection.
Oh my goodness. So basically what I'm hearing, Jeff, is that it was a misunderstanding between you and Locke. Basically, like there was a misunderstanding. What I'm horrified about is that the law doesn't prosecute somebody, like you said, with even one picture. That's horrendous. Like, I'm outraged at that.
This guy right here, that's my avatar. His name, we just called him, his name is Edward. That's his Roman initial, but I just put Edward LC Sam, which is, like, we can't say the words on YouTube, but it used to be called CP was the initials. Now they're catch on that, so we have to say the scientific initials. So that's what he possessed, him and his brother, by the way. And all they got was a little bit, he got at least was a little bit of time in jail for the meth that they found. But there was a camcorder involved. Ages 4 to 7 was the big age. It was just, it's disgusting. So the documents finally got released. And I have them, and they were released thank goodness, by some other people. So we're trying to figure out, like, is there anything we can do? Because the statute of limitations, I guess, in Texas is 5 years. But the federal government, there is no statute of limitations. So, like, this guy literally, like, helped catchers, like, catch over 400 predators. It's like, this guy was like, So people that were taking this guy's side, like, all the time, there's that group of people. Now everybody's like trying to come back together, and everybody's like, like with butterflies swarming around their head. It's like, well, are we supposed to hate each other now? Are we supposed to, like, get along now? And it's just, there's just always something. And then Ray is mad at me because, I did dox him one night when I was drunk. And I'm not trying to justify it, but there are things he did to me that I want to talk to him in private about. And he's mad because I haven't called him back. Well, I'm just not ready yet. I want to be mentally and physically ready to call.
Jeff, I just want to say that I'm proud of you for remaining sober. And this is a struggle that you've had, but I mean, you're on the right path now. So you said you've been sober for 2 months.
Righteous path.
Yes, the righteous path. Yeah, and that's a good thing. That's
which is new for me because I wasn't on that path for so long. Tiff knew me before I was drinking. I don't know.
You're missing nothing. Liquor still tastes the same. I'm just telling you.
Yeah.
Missing nothing. Missing nothing, sir.
See, I was mixing it with, my medications, THC. I was just going all haywire with it for like a year because all this just became a disaster, became overwhelming. And I was just like, and I did what I did. And then I guess you could say, people will say, oh, well, because I had a few beers here and there. Okay, well, yes, I did. But aside from that, I quit for 5 months. I didn't have any liquor, and then I relapsed again like 12 more times, and then I finally quit. And now it's been close to 2 months. So I've been doing that, and I noticed, there's a lot of things that I did and I said that people have showed me, and I'm like, I feel stupid and horrible for some of the things I did and I said, And I own up to it. A lot of people don't own up to that kind of thing, but yet I'm the bad guy for owning up to it. And then when I do get clean, I'm still the bad guy. It's like no matter what
I mean,
you
it could be worse. You could be Dark Tina, right?
do.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Well, Jeff, you know who Dark Tina is, right?
I have to say I do, but I don't. It's been so long. Yeah.
You may have like passed by her, and yeah, you probably hadn't like chatted or anything. Yeah, it's
I think
probably like
we
if you've seen her, you'd probably recognize her.
Yeah,
well,
she's hard to miss if you see her. You know?
I recognize the name, obviously, and I think I even been on panel with her. You have to remember, I really had to kind of take Tiffany. I had to take myself away from YouTube quite a bit. Like I virtually, I saw you were live. I'm like, it's odd that you're live, especially this time of day. Just to be honest with you, at least what and I was like, you know what? I'll go over and say hi. And then I really didn't want to come up on panel, but I was like, you know what? It's not like I'm being attacked by a bunch of wolves like usually. You know what I mean? I get 7-9 people against me. It's like, come on, people. You're going to expect me to be able to defend myself against 9 of you? You know what I mean? So I figured I'd at least come up and, I figured I knew what it was about because people are going to say what they want to say. They're going to believe what they want to believe.
Well, since me and you had like broke up, I become very close to Locke and Savvy, and when I heard that, I mean, it broke my heart. But I know that you'd been having some trouble, with sobriety. But I'm really glad that you're on the right track now, and and I always I think about you when I say my prayers. I do say a prayer for you because I know that you have the capability to be strong and stay sober. So I hope this time it lasts, but it'll be a lifelong battle. But I'm very proud of you for being sober.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I hate to ask this, but only because Terry mentioned it earlier. I didn't want to change the subject at the time.
Okay.
I was going to come up and say, congratulations, but I guess that's not the proper word to use. I guess is what I hear or understand.
Yeah, it's over. Yeah.
Stop being thirsty, sir.
No, I'm just simply saying.
Tiff, I just want to say, if you need somebody to talk, right?
No,
Oh my God, Terry.
No, we had a little 2-week thingy, and that was it. But no, I was leaving one day, and I saw that she was live, and I think I was able to make one comment like, "I can't stay. I'm getting in the car." Remember that? And that was the day. So I kept listening in the car as long as I could, and I heard that you were getting well, it was about Leno and about all the whatever fights and what was going on, but I heard Jan got married, and then you mentioned that thing. I was like, wait, I wish I could type, so I can't even type something as I'm driving. But I just wanted to say that I'm glad I heard that before it just came up right away and say, oh, by the way, congrats. You know what I mean? Just wait, Tiffany, when you start getting over 100 people coming in consistently in chat and try to keep up with that mess.
Oh my gosh. I don't know what I
100
would
people.
do. I started getting nervous over 15. Like I love talking to the chat, and then if I have like 100, I don't know what I would do.
Yeah, dude. These fuckers are annoying as they are, dude. Now imagine like hundreds of them.
And then I got mods that are texting me or messaging me or DMing me. It's like this mod did this mod did this, and should we do this? I'm like, oh my gosh, how am I supposed to have a panel, watch 150 people fight? And answer all these and people will literally call me on my cell phone. It's like, oh my gosh, I can't do this. I missed the days of having 30, 40, 50 people. It's like, I don't know.
Well, hey, Jim, so how's your brother? Is he okay?
Yeah, he's fine. They just got a new house. They actually moved to the city. So
oh, good, because I know that was in question, but hey, that's excellent because I know
people question everything about my brother and myself because they want to take every little thing and run with it just because that's how it works. That's how YouTube works. So they had this house, and they where they happen to live. Okay, he's doxed himself, but they were living up in the middle of Nebraska. Well, there was the big floods and tornadoes that had happened, and they're basically their house just simply got destroyed, and so they were kind of just trying to figure things out. And yeah, so a long story short is they end up getting a new vehicle, and they just bought a new house. So yeah, they're doing great. Everybody thinks, oh, don't put me. Well, yeah, they were in an emergency situation. They have children and grandkids, like people have lives. People, you know what I mean? I don't understand.
I'm really happy
I'm
to
a little
hear
bit-
that they're doing well.
But Tiff, I was just trying to say is that it gets to the point where it's like all the stuff that used to bother me really doesn't anymore. And some
That's
of the stuff,
good.
and then, there's some things like people say, oh, why hasn't Jeff went live because of all this? And I'm sitting here like taking notes, taking my time. I took like 5 days, I think it was, before I went live to give my little piece on what was already discussed. Like, why should I go live when everybody in the world's going live? Everybody else is already talking about it. There's no need for me to stick my live in there. You know what I mean? So it's like,
I can see your point.
So people will talk shit just to try to stir me up. They'll say the most malicious, most horrible, horrific things just to try to get me stirred up to get me to go live.
Well,
And then-
whatever you do, don't let it bother you, because you need to keep on the straight and narrow, and and stay sober. Because
Right.
You're a
Yeah.
fucking poet, Tiff. Whatever you do, don't let it bother you.
She's a poet and didn't know it. But
It's
no,
like country.
like the other day, Tiff, I'll be honest with you. I went up on a panel because the night before we had a good one over there in Caps, and I went back up there, and all of a sudden, this person I do not get along with, I'll just leave it at that, just coming at me, and I should have just dropped down because that's what I was told to do by the, I talk to somebody, when you're trying to quit something, sometimes you find a professional to talk to. I'll leave it at that. I mean, put all my business out there. You know what I mean? So I was like, okay, de-escalate. And I tried. And she was kind of soft doxing me and my family a little bit, just kind of poking that bear. And I said, please take, and she thinks that I doxed her. It's a song by Poison, okay? And that's why I put in the title. It was short, I did, because of all the shit she did on me back in the day. And she's got my full docs on my channel. And I was like, well, listen, first of all, I didn't even think about it. I said, I thought of the name of it.
Was it? I mean, I don't know if you want to repeat that, but what song by Poison was it?
Mama's Fallen Angel.
That's a pretty good song.
But she had mentioned recently that her everybody in her family abandoned her and everything.
These are two sentences that have never been spoken in the same before. Poison and It's a Good Song. There you go, dude.
So anyways, I put the name of that song on there and did it short. And I was like, literally after I published it, I started thinking, I was like, wait a minute, and that's what she's talking about. But because I was talking about, I was like, that's the name of the song.
Are you sure that you didn't do it passive aggressively?
No, literally, I didn't even think about it till literally right after I published it. I was like, wait a minute. And I was like, well, I'm just going to let it go, whatever. I was thinking of the right title, and that was the title I was thinking of, because she had just mentioned how, her family's abandoned her and this, that, and kind of telling her life story, and she kept putting shorts up about me, and I wasn't doing anything back. So I was like, what, I'll just do a little short. She's been doing videos and shit, I was like, I'll just do one little tiny short, and I did. I was like, what could I name it? I was thinking of different songs, different titles and whatever. I was like, perfect. And then I published it, and I was like, oh, wait a minute, and a couple of people I was talking to the phone. I was like, you realize? I was like, yeah, I didn't realize at the time. So I wasn't really thinking about that may or may not have been her first or whatever name in there. But,
well, it's in the past, and yeah, you got to leave it there. And I believe you when you said you didn't do it on purpose. Oh, what's this?
Well, I did do it on purpose the other day, though. That's what I wanted to get to. So she comes up on Caps, right? And she starts in, And I'm like, well, take my full docs off of your stream. And I said, send me the link where, because I erased everything that I'm aware of any
Hey, Mom,
doxes
it's
or
good to
anything.
see you.
Hey, what's up, Brian? And so she just like tried to project that and keep gaslighting me, and I was trying to stay calm as collected as I could. So at the very end, she kept saying Jeffrey, 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 just going off and off and off and off. And finally, I said it very calmly too, and I said, "Okay, there," and I said her first name, just her first name. And then, of course, that was it. That was the end of that. So I was like, yeah, I just decided I'm not gonna. She's trying to gaslight me. She's trying to get me to probably, relapse on alcohol again. Who knows what she's trying to do? But
Yeah,
I'm not gonna.
don't let her do it. We had fake trolled the people into that we were fighting. Man, I have to say, we were pretty good, Jeff. Like, I mean,
Right.
it was pretty convincing.
We even fake trolled people that we were together. We weren't before. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That
I
was
mean, I think we could do some acting. I think that was pretty good. I mean, I was like, dang, you were pretty good at it. But yeah, that was the good old days.
Yeah, that was funny.
Gosh, thank you, both of you, for being here, and it means a lot to me.
Yeah,
And I know that a lot of things in my life that are difficult for me, I don't always like to show it. I can put on a brave face, and but it is what it is, and life goes on. Sometimes things happen, and you just got to accept it and move on. And I appreciate everybody's support, and it means a lot. And thank you, Jeff, for coming up, because I did want to clear that up, that matter, and
Yeah.
you cleared it up.
You guys come over sometime. And I've got you modded up still, Tiff. I mean, just like I appreciate you, allow me to have mine. You're still modded up in my channel. Come on over sometime. Come up on panel. I mean, it gets wild. I try not to let it get too wild, but it just does because everybody wants to fight and they want to bring up
Oh my
old
God.
shit. Well, I
Hey,
mean,
Terry, have you ever ventured over into the predator catcher community?
it's not
Why are you
even
calling
really
me out now?
it's not even
What?
really that anymore. It's more of a drama panel community now.
No,
It's-
I'm more
It's
like
a
an
it's a branch
isolation.
off. It's like a branch off of the pred catching community is what it is. And then there's other communities that came over too. And a lot of them, unfortunately, like I don't even know if I should say anything, but I introduced her to to a lot of people over there, and then she kind of turned against me, and shift happens.
Oh my God, do tell us. We're all ears.
I just said it should happen, or did I say shift? Oops, I meant shit happen.
Like, what the hell is this show to you, Jeff?
Oh my goodness! I had to clear my throat there. But there's like shit like that that like happens like
Yeah, I know. I was just saying. You said shift, and I thought that was funny because they'd be like, "Oh, do tell."
well I mean
But yeah, we I met some very talented. I had no idea Ray was so talented as he is.
oh
And
see I was gonna tell you, see, Ray and I are not getting along right now, and my last stream went sideways because of Ray. And here's the thing is there's just certain things I'm not going to say on a YouTube public forum, right? All right.
Yeah.
So look, almost everybody has done almost somebody dirty, and that's just, it's the way it is. And I'm not justifying any of it at all. But one night, I didn't even know about it until I was told. When I was still drinking, I guess I went up on some panel and I said his first and last name. So I doxed him, and I owned up to that. I apologized more than once. Well, he said, well, his next question was, well, why'd you do it? And I was like, well, that's something I should probably talk to you in private about, And I meant that, and I still do mean that, right? And then something just happened at a time that I was going to call, and I was like, well, I'll get back to you when I can. And then I realized there was something else, and then he came to my panel, and he's mad at me, and he's talking blah 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 and everything else, and I was like, dude, I will call you when I feel the time is right. So I kind of get where he's coming from. Okay, I get it. And
Well,
by
I
the
mean,
other,
I hope this is my hope. I hope you and Ray can patch things up because I mean, if you remember, way back when, Ray, Nate,
good old day.
Constantine. I hope you and Constantine are still talking.
Oh, he'll be here in 8 weeks. Or wait, yeah, see, actually less than 8 weeks. He'll be here in 7 weeks with me. Yeah, he's coming here. We're going to be doing a concert
okay,
together.
good.
We're going to be doing all kinds of stuff. Yeah.
Oh, that's
It's
good.
just, but unfortunately, like him and Ray were always buddies too, internet buddies, whatever. And I think they squashed it, but they had a brief little encounter recently that lasted a little while. I don't know if it's still lasting. I don't know if it's still going. If it was just that one stream, but that's the thing is everybody has their things, and some people I just want to just let go of it and just keep moving forward and just not look back. And I admitted what I did, and that's part of my sobriety is moving forward. Why would I want to dwell in the past? So I'm trying to move forward. But on the other hand, I get it. There's people that dox me. And that's most of the people I dox. And people think it's a lot. It's not even that many. Most of them are just first names.
Oh my God, Jeff! I have to be honest with you. I was scared to death you were going to dox me.
No,
Like I was frightened. I really was.
Nope. No, I never would have. No.
Thank
I
you.
just,
That was really.
it was just a handful of people that kept doxing me over and over and over in their channels and wouldn't stop. And so finally, I'd throw out a first name, or I'd throw out like a first name and a false middle name, like I don't know. I would just get to the point, I get angered sometimes, and then there was a couple of times where I finally get so mad I'd throw out their full name. But that's it. They would go and dox my phone number, my address, the whole nine, and my family, and it's like, what are you doing? Like these people have nothing to do with it, But I owned up to it. I did what I did, and I apologized. But there's still people that dox people on a daily basis, like literally just constantly. And it's just like, so I just kind of stepped away. And what I should have done the other day on Caps is when Nunya came up, is I should have did what I was supposed to, just drop it down. Because I knew what she's going to start doing, start gaslighting. And so I tried to de-escalate. I tried to be as calm as possible. And then she just kept nagging and kept, soft doxing this and twisting it and turning it. And finally I just said, you know what? Okay. And I said her first name. That was it. Just her first name, which everybody knows. But, oh, he dogs me. I'm like, oh my gosh. Whatever.
Yeah, it's always like that community. It's wild. It gets really wild.
Goodbye. Thanks for having me up. I don't have a reason to go live per se at the moment, but I might pop one at any time in the next couple of days. Just FYI, I don't know. I kind of been doing my own little thing, but anyways, it was good. It's good to talk to y'all, and
Yeah, definitely.
I hope we're good. I just don't want anything. I know that there's people that has friends that I find out that are not friends with so-and-so anymore. I know nothing about what's going on. So I don't want to be judged if I come into a room and I don't know what's going on. It's like, okay, so this person doesn't like this person. I'm still cool with this person. However, there's something going on. Does that make sense? So I'm not up to date on I'm not even in my own little part of YouTube. And people think I have to know everything. It's like, no, I really don't know everything that's going on, But anyways, all right. We'll talk. Terry, good to talk to you as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, take care, Jeff.
All right, later.
All right, later.